Let's set that up there. And let's go ahead and set these up right there. Absolutely. Now this right here is gonna be the New Balance Abzorb 2000 Aminé Biblioteca. These shoes in hand are insane, bro. Like the details, the colorway, like they're simply just amazing. Now, for full transparency, he released 2 colorways in these. It was this green colorway, but then he also did like a tri-color, like a quad color, the multicolor pair. Now, that's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely no flaws, no notes. Like that multicolor pair, 10 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, this green pair is still very fire, but personally, it broke my heart that he only did 100 pairs. For the people in Seattle at that show that could get that pair, it hurts. It truthfully hurts because y'all know I love a good color pop. But these are still amazing, and I was happy that I actually hit on the raffle for these. Now again, for full transparency, if any of you entered this raffle on Club Banana, you'll know that release process was kind of shaky. So I entered the raffle for these September 30th. Now on September 30th, my card got charged for the full amount of these shoes. So I was like, okay, and then they said winners will be announced October 3rd. So I'm like, okay, that's no issue. Some raffles will take the route of like charging you the full amount, and then the day of the release, if you don't hit, it'll refund your account. I've seen other, raffles do the route of like, we'll charge your account for 0, but let's say if you do win, we'll charge you for the full amount. I've been in both spaces. I don't really care too much. Now, this is where I do have an issue. October 3rd comes around. Club Banana posts on their story. Winners will be announced by end of day. So it's October 3rd, it's a Friday. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll just check my email, make sure, because I spent some money. These wasn't free shoes, I spent some money. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait till the end of the day, end of the work day and see, kind of what the thing's going, like, what's the plan? So 5 p.m. hits in Texas. I'm like, okay, I didn't get an email yet. I didn't get confirmation. I'll wait till California time by end of day. I'm like, okay, cool. Nothing. 7 p.m. come, nothing. 8 p.m., nothing. 10, nothing. 12, nothing. Him, bodies. At 1 p.m., I get a notification from UPS saying your package has been shipped. Now, it was coming from LA, so I kind of put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh, that's the sneakers. But I did not get any confirmation from Club Banana. So I'm like, this is weird. I got some money sitting somewhere. I didn't get confirmation from them. Other people are in their comments on their Instagram posts saying like, when will winners be announced? That was a tongue twister. I didn't hear anything. And I honestly didn't hear anything until October 4th. I think like 11, almost 12 p.m. the next day saying you have hit. So like, that's my only thing about this release. It was kind of like, damn, like I wish I would have knew sooner, just because like, you spend some money, you want to make sure that like the things that you bought, and if you won or not, like you want to make sure that's cleared up, because going into next week, I need to figure out how I'm gonna get my money back. But other than that, these are fire. These are absolutely heat. These are not only great because they're a collab shoe, the colorway is dope, but this is also a new silhouette. I've never tried these on, never put them on my feet. So it's also just a new experience to test out a new silhouette that I feel like New Balance is definitely pushing. But I'm not gonna waste no time, bro. I have to put these on my feet right now. Ooh. First impressions, first time on my feet. These feel good. I'm not even joking. These feel amazing. Okay, so first impressions, I have one pair on. I have this one in hand. This is a size 9.5. This is my first time testing out this Abzorb 2000 silhouette. I will say, just from like what I'm feeling currently, they feel true to size. Now that could change, me going to the gym, me running errands, putting multiple hours in the shoes. I'm gonna be wearing these for a full week. So maybe that will change by the time the review portion happens. But right now, the way they feel on my feet, these feel absolutely amazing. Like there's no notes, like these feel good, they feel comfortable. My foot feels secure. Now, again, for transparency, I've never been a fan of like smart lacing. I just feel like there's not room to be creative with the lacing. There's more room for error. Like if you get snagged and these get caught and like these wires get popped, I just feel like there's more room for error than there is like room for like good, let's say. I was for lack of better words, but overall, that doesn't take away from the shoe because the shoe's still great. But yeah, on feet, these feel amazing. They feel true to size, so let's hope that stays true. But y'all already know how this go. I'm gonna be rocking these for a full week. I had to just get my, initial thoughts about the shoe. The shoe is amazing. The box is fire. I need to figure out how to display it in the crib somehow. Just because like when you go to the lengths to do something unique like this, in every aspect of the overall box is unique. I just feel like you already get points by doing that alone. So like, yes, dope sneaker. Yes, the sneaker is a thing that you're rocking, but you also get something, it's like an experience. Like this is an experience for sure. And then I forgot too, like they glow in the dark. So I can't wait to see that aspect. Like it says step 1, charge it in the sun. Step 2, wait. Step 3, glow. Step 4, stunt. Absolutely gonna be stunning these. But yeah, you already know how this go. I'm gonna be rocking these for a full week in the gym, running errands, doing things, putting multiple hours in the shoe just to kind of get my overall experience in the shoe. And then in the next couple minutes, you'll see what my experience is. So I will catch y'all in a week. And you have made it to the review portion of, this is gonna be the New Balance Aminé Biblioteca Abzorb 2000. I actually wore these shoes just a little bit longer than a week. I think I wore them roughly for about, if it wasn't 2 weeks, it was just under 2 weeks, by like 2 or 3 days. I ended up wearing these for a little bit longer, just to get a little bit more understanding since this is a new silhouette for me. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the review. Now, when it comes to most sneaker reviews, the first thing that I always want to start off with is going to be sizing. I find that's always the #1 question, whether it be a new silhouette or if it's the same silhouette, different manufacturers, different materials. People always want to know about sizing first. So when it comes to the New Balance Abzorb 2000, I got my true size. This is the first time I had experiences in this shoe, so I went ahead and just took my true size. I will say, just right off the bat, if this is the information you're looking for, I will say these are true to size. But I can see a place where someone might go a half size down in these. Days where I opted in to wear a slimmer sock, so like maybe like an ankle sock or something like that's like a little less of material. There was just about like a finger space of like room back here on the back of the shoe. But it's not really too noticeable to like recommend everyone to go a half size down. So I will say that they are true to size, but keep in mind if you are somebody who doesn't wear socks, which is crazy, or if you wear ankle socks or like thinner socks, I did notice just a little bit of like a finger space gap on the back end part, but it's not too noticeable. So I will just go on a whim and say these are true to size. Haven't had any issues, whether it be going to the gym, running errands, just sitting around chilling in the crib, or just like, just my overall experience in the shoe, they are true to size. And that can go for like, I have multiple different silhouettes from New Balance, whether it be something from the 990 series, which I feel like is like their more iconic, more heritage line, or even like their 2002R, or even their 1906R. Like all those shoes are 9.5s. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, these are true to I can say without a shadow of a doubt, these are true to size, with that just one note about the whole thinner sock versus thicker sock. So if that was the information you're looking for, hope you found it. They are true to size. Now, next we are going to be talking about comfortability. Now, in my experience in these shoes, New Balance really doesn't make a bad comfortable sneaker. Like that's really their bread and butter. Like they kind of got clowned on for multiple years being like that dad shoe, not really having their popularity, especially upwards until like 2020, 2021. But like they really don't make an uncomfortable shoe in my experience. all the silhouettes I've tried, they have had a good, comfortable experience. Now, what I will say is, although these shoes are comfortable, they're not as comfortable as like the 990 series. I feel like this is like more their like heritage line. They had more time to work with the shoes. So I feel like these shoes are more comfortable, in my opinion, than the Abzorb 2000. But even with like newer models like the 2002R and the 1906R, I personally feel like these are more comfortable than the 2000 Abzorb. Now, don't get me wrong, these aren't bad sneakers. Like, they're not uncomfortable. I'm just saying, in my experience of like experiencing multiple different silhouettes from New Balance, this is like my least favorite when it comes to comfortability. It's still comfortable, like on a scale of 1 to 5, it's probably like at that 3.5 compared to like other sneakers that I think are a little bit more comfortable. So they're not uncomfortable. That's not the point I'm trying to hit at. I'm just saying, having multiple different silhouettes from New Balance, there are other silhouettes that I think are just a little bit more comfortable. And just a note that I want to touch on. Now, I've never brought this up before, but whether it be a clog, a boot, a loafer, or any type of shoe that I do a review on, you're gonna see me going to the gym. So I don't care if it's a boot, I'm gonna rock them in the gym. I don't care if it's a clog, I'm gonna rock them in the gym. And I never make this call out, but I do just wanna say, just because like this shoe kind of gives the aesthetic that it could be a gym shoe. Personally, these are not gym shoes. And I don't make this call out often, but like just the way that the shoe is shaped, whenever I put my foot inside the shoe, I find myself standing more at the top of the shoe right here, kind of giving like a teetering, like a tottering, like, kind of effect, which kind of makes me unstable. Like if I'm doing like something that requires me to be stable, I find myself like kind of going like this in the shoe. And it's not a bad thing. Like the shoe isn't bad, but I did notice that multiple times being in the gym, rocking those. These are more so like casual, meeting up with friends, running errands, type shoes. Like they're not more than just that. I wouldn't personally categorize these as gym shoes. Most shoes that I do review on, they're not gym shoes, but I just go to the gym because like that's a part of my life. But I just wanted to make that call out because they kind of do like they would be the perfect gym shoe, but they are not. Let me just say that. I would prefer a shoe to like the Saucony Triumph or like another sneaker like my New Balance 990s. So I did just want to make that call out because I did have like a very interesting experience in these. But overall, like again, it's not a bad shoe. The comfortability is there. The sizing is true to size. I just want to call out some things that I did experience in these shoes. And just like the last key, unique feature about these shoes is they glow in the dark. Now, I will say the first time that I tried to get this effect to happen with the shoe, I was just rocking it throughout my daily life. So like going to the gym, stepping outside, walking, going to like the grocery store. And like, I was probably outside for a max like 3 hours. And like that first night, I wasn't able to get that glow effect. So that next day, I left them in the sun, like direct sunlight, nothing else. Direct sunlight, the top of the day, the sun is beaming. I left them outside for 30 minutes and that was the first time that I was able to get like that real glow to where like it stood out. I couldn't record it on camera because it was very hard to like be in a dark room and then also have the focus really latch onto the shoe. But I did grab this picture. These sneakers are dope. And I feel like that whole glow in the dark effect when it comes to sneakers kind of like died down, especially with like some of like those Yeezy models that start to have like the glow in the dark, like the fake ones. But that's a unique aspect of this shoe. And I really do like the fact that they, did that with this shoe. Definitely just adds another element to it. But overall, this sneaker, the New Balance Aminé Abzorb 2000 Biblioteca, is gas, bro. And just, you always get me when it's a good sneaker. Just like, it's a good sneaker off the bat. But then you take it so far to go with a unique box, kind of having like that book drop off for like a library or something like aspect to it. And it's like, oh yeah, like we did the outside, that's solid. But like they not only did the outside, they also did the inside being like the back end from the drop off. And then the inside kind of looked like a, book collections or like books that were dropped off already. So like it was just good sneaker. Just a good sneaker all around. I would definitely consider this collab probably top 10 collabs of this year. Again, I did like the other colorway better, but it was just too inaccessible because you had to be at a concert at a very specific location. There's only like 100 pairs made, so not possible. But the green pair, yeah. Why did I just put this up? All in all, this sneaker is dope. This being my first experience in the Abzorb 2000, I could definitely see myself getting another pair in the future, whether it be like a really dope GR, even like a collab like that. This sneaker is that great to where like I would be very comfortable just rocking like a GR color for this sneaker. So overall, really dope sneaker. I'm very curious, do you own a pair? What's been your experience? Drop that comment below because that definitely helps somebody else make a more informed purchase. Without further ado, like I always do, I will catch y'all in that next one.
But I love the way you work it. Hey, I love the way you work it for me.